Well, maybe we'll throw these in here too, because we're gonna try those. 212 by 56 Crossfire 2 Hog Hunter. This is the Vortex scope with crazy gigantic lens. It's a 56 millimeter up there. This is a 30 millimeter scope tube. It has an illuminated reticle called a V-Bright. It is hilariously large in the front. So I made sure to get this because that's what's on the picture. So that has to be it. And then we have to do that. We have to find those. So we are taking the Hog Hunter from Vortex, putting it on a Palmetto State Armory AR-10 with a 20-inch barrel. These bore bosses are kind of cool. This one is for 308. It's from Real Avid. 30 millimeter rings, as this is a 30 millimeter optic. But because this is a one-piece ring, we are not going to be doing lapping. We're going to throw it on this rifle and go sight in the scope. So I'm not going to include mounting, but I will say if you're going to mount optics, buy this. It's cheap and you have to have it so that you don't damage your stuff. Oh, looking good there. This is the Wheeler Fat Wrench. It comes with all of these, and I added these myself. This is just a few of my other bits that I keep with me. Got some ammo too. I'm in kind of a weird mood. It's okay, because if we need it, we got a selfie stick now too. Our production value just went through the roof. Make this as fast as possible so that we can get out there and shoot it. So this is what it comes with. Vortex optics have a lifetime warranty. It is a real lifetime warranty. When they say unlimited and unconditional, they mean it. You can return the scope for any reason forever, and they will replace it fast. That's why I like Vortex. You're going to get a sunshade. Here's the scope. Here is a little Vortex cloth. I like stuff like this. I like branded merch. This is either an extra battery or this goes in here for the illuminated reticle and the manual. Yeah, hey, it's in color. Vortex is up in their game. So here it is out of the box. It is it's huge. It's 56 millimeters up there. You've got your windage and your elevation. You've got your magnification here. This is a 3-12. This is your reticle illumination. That's a big optic. Actually, let's put the sunshade on and see how it looks. Boom, look at that. That is hilarious. It's like a telescope. It's a big rifle. Oh my Lord. Look at that. Hysterical. I love it. Yeah, this is the Nikon Sony Action Cam Zoom Canon thing. Oh, the scope itself is $299.99. This is the Vortex cantilever mount. There's a lot of rings that I've seen that, they're all just kind of aluminum rings. The fit and the finish is basically the same. I will say this is different. This feels and looks higher quality than normal. This was over $100, I think $105 total, but it feels better than most scope mounts I've used in the past. Because this is a 308, I absolutely wanted to make sure that I had 4 screws on each ring, and then the more screws down here, the better, because of the recoil. So I like that this is supported down here by 4, whereas on some you just have 1. So I have faith this will hold pretty well. Yeah, it's working. All right, so we're gonna time travel to having all of this assembled. So it is done, and we used the Halo XRT rangefinder. We bore sighted this in at 92 yards. So we know we're on paper, should be pretty close to bullseye. Let's go shoot. gonna set up out there, put our target right here. Nice backdrop, no cattle, so we're good to go. To do a quick range find on our target. Looks like we're at 95 yards. All right, 101 yards. So we're going to do a 3-shot group in the left target. So here we are at the target. That's not bad. That's about 1.1, 1.2 inch group, just to give some perspective. Now that's really not bad at all for the wind we're in, and honestly hurried shooting. I'm very confident in the Palmetto State Armory AR-10. I'm very confident in Vortex, so I know that if I need to get this group smaller, I can. I want to get these bullets on target with the new ammo we've got. So we're probably going to shift, I want to say we're going to go 2.5 inches to the right. This was expected. To be fair, we were kind of hoping we'd get away with it just being dead on, but we're very happy with these results. So we're going to start with 2 inches. So we're going to click this that way 8 times. 6, 7, 8. While we're doing this, I just want to take a second to say that this cantilever mount, this scope, everything about it, it's rock solid. It's not moving, it's not loose, it's good to go. I mean, that's kind of expected from Vortex. We just teleported to a new day because the batteries in the camera ran out. So the settings on the scope are still the same. We've got 2 fresh new targets up, and we're going to pick up where we left off. A nice part of doing this the next day is that we are at a much lower light setting, and that's kind of where this optic really shines. Now I'll be able to show what the image looks like in the reticle. That brush line is about 200 yards away, and there's really no light loss. It's 8:15 p.m. and yeah, that's a lot of light. That's an incredible image in this scope. That's at a 12 times zoom at a 213 yard distance. I mean, you see that bird flying away. You can see everything through this scope. Like my chair. That's my fancy shooting chair. Also, yesterday, the objective plane was out of focus. You can look back on the video and see I was at about 70 yards. Now we're at about 100. Not that that's going to make a big deal because I'm careful about my sight picture, but this is how it should be. 3 shots on the right target. Looks like a decent group. We're going to put in 3 more and go left target. Looks like our adjustments might actually be dead on. So I think we're probably pretty good to go. We'll go up there and get a closer look at it, but based on what I can see through here, these are great groups. So there we go. We've got, this is about 1.5 inches, but we've got 1 in the black. This is about 1.1, 1.2 inches again. Great group, especially considering how fast I'm shooting. So I sped up here a little bit. That's why that group opened up. I can tell you with 100% certainty that this optic, that optic, and that rifle, they shoot better than I do. So all this stuff you're seeing, this is my fault. This is a great optic. It's kind of wild how bright the image is inside this optic right now. This is holding steady. you know, it's Vortex. Vortex makes great stuff. Their warranty alone is pretty hard to beat, so this is a buy. This is a buy. The Palmetto State Armory AR-10 is just fantastic. Obviously, this video is supposed to be about the Vortex Crossfire 2 Hog Hunter 3 to 12 optic. It has an illuminated reticle, and it's a fantastic optic. But honestly, this is a brand new rifle, the Palmetto State AR-10, and this is kind of the first trip out for both of them. And I will say, for the cost, for the price point on both of these things is pretty unreal for this kind of performance. Now, I should kind of sort of give the disclaimer. I'm not the best shooter. I'm very familiar with breathing techniques, you know, trigger pulling techniques, which I did off camera before I shot today. Those things help. They turn you into a completely different shooter. But I'm not what I would call a sub MOA shooter. So really the only reason I'm sighting in rifles, the only rifles I'm using, it's strictly for hunting. So I don't really take shots over 200 yards, 250 yards maximum. So this kind of accuracy for me is, this is as good as I really ever needed to be hunting here in Texas. That said, this is a pretty impressive setup so far. You know, I've owned accuracy internationals with Schmidt benders on top of them. Phenomenal rifles, but for what I'm doing for hunting at 1 to 200 yards, those rifles are not better than this setup for this application. So, but so far what I'm seeing from this rifle and this optic, it's just a fantastic platform. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the sunset. It's a great evening. Thanks so much for watching. Give you a quick view of that.